Chewakola chiri kyasukka nedda naawe. Olanti ng'omugamba nzija.
Yeah, but he did admit to the interview.
Yeah, he did.
And you know, we are tired of people every time we have our brothers and sisters speaking up and standing up against all odds to speak up against what is hurting us and what is putting us in the corner as Ugandans, as a whole entire population. Then we end up getting these people who despise us because every other day they are waking up, going to AC, eating free lunch. They cannot even imagine there is one boy in the ghetto or 2 or 10 who shared a plate of 4,000, you know?
Yeah.
Someone is earning 10 million per month. They will not even make sense of the fact that 2,000 Uganda shillings is enough for lunch for 5 people in the ghetto, you know? And when we come up to speak about these things, they start despising us. We are arrested, beaten, and our friends are killed, others jailed. Today you saw them in court, they couldn't be given bail. And someone is telling us it's a joke, you know, simply because they see you've been arrested and you're back with dreads. I've not seen them ask Mama Matembe why her dreads have been, why her hair has not been cut, you know.
I know.
Modercai, we need to demystify these narratives, because I believe that sometimes the state is using these same people, our friends, our brothers, to pull us down and discredit us, because some of these people, we've literally become a threat to them or their positions. And we're not looking at positions, bro. We're looking at better governance. We're looking at a better Uganda for all of us. Ahakuwa Modercai waza duka goromonyo noenda kunja mwanza wakubuza oli omugana ningo munyankole.
Nga.
So bottom line is we all want a better Uganda, regardless of who is taking the lead. We all want a better society for all of us, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes we stand up and we.
And I think the other thing you said that was a really major highlight for me was when, you know, he was trying to divert you into asking, are you going to stand with Bobi Wine in 2032? It's like, it's not about Bobi Wine, dude. We're talking about abducting, torturing, and killing of innocent people.
The same guy who was asking that question, Modercai, is the same guy who altered our results when Bobi won in the previous elections. Kungeri was on the internet, on TV, and NBS were on TV altering results. And they've been on record. Everyone knows who cheated Ugandans of their will, of their choice.
Yeah,
so the same guys pushing us to start talking about the next general election. No, we're thinking the next generation, bro.
Yeah, you immediately shut down prison after being abducted in Kenya. Our brothers and sisters were abducted and
blocked and deported back to Modercai really recorded. But look here, I was getting out of Luzira prison. You know, you've seen your brothers, you've had conversations with them, and quite sad conversations. You come back with a heavy heart. And this is a place, at the gate is where we had left our phones and all that. Those who have been to Luzira, you know where the VIP people are checked at and where they leave their belongings and all that. So I'd gone with Honorable Zake and others. So we had left our phones and everything there and cameras and all that. So we're picking them and we find this thief. Bro, I looked at this guy in my mind. I was like, this is the guy, you know? This is the guy that was jailed for stealing 164 billion Uganda shillings cooperative circle money.
164 billion.
Bro, 164 billion.
Oh my God.
In my mind, I was like, now is the chance. I didn't even wait. You people should represent us when we send you to represent us. And steal taxpayers' money. Because we didn't send you to do. He was there trying to dodge my questions, tell me what. I told him, man, you guys need to start being ashamed of what you do. As an individual, you stole 164 billion, just one person. Imagine how many other people are stealing almost the same money or even more.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me turn this into an interview. Look, You're such a of course I'm kidding, but I want to ask a question. Okwesize mikutu joyo gedde bakutisisa bagenda kukola kineno.
Munange nino mukutu gumu. Usually I use my X
platform,
on my X account. I don't have Facebook. There is a fool that is using my my name on Facebook. I'll most definitely put him down. But also on TikTok, I've seen quite a number of accounts. This is the only account I use. But
I was a little surprised.
Mikutu jange but me I be on X, and I use my TikTok just to scroll through and see Modercai articulating issues. Tonjogeza luzungu Modercai.
But kuba ku advising abantu oba ku encouraging abantu. Social media ina impact kubanga abantu kuba kutegeredde abasinga obungi kati.
Yeah. Social media has a big impact, bro. It has a very big impact, and everyone can access social media. You see the challenge with the mainstream media, TV, radio, and all that. They are capped. They are monitored. They are scared, because at the end of the day, someone will say, "I can't say this on air because the TV is going to be which TV, and they tell you can't say this word. You can't say this word. When you say this word, you have to take it back." You know, the disclaimers and all that. But if I am on the streets and I meet someone like a thief like Michael Mawanda, and I have my social media, I will not first need to go through my editors, UCC, all that. That's all bullshit, bro.
Exactly.
In my mind, I feel that we need to embrace the fact that social media is spreading the real message that we need, uncensored, uncompromised. And at the end of the day, we shall have access to the real information, and we shall not give chance to the stories that die in newsrooms because certain journalists have been given handouts and others have been scared, And we need to use this social media that has come in our generation, in our time. We need to use the phones that we have, the chance that we have, the internet that we buy, to spread the message far and wide. We need to tell our people that, look, this is the time. We are the people of our time. Modercai, at your age, bro, Mugisha Mount had been CDF for a long time, but you try to be chairperson LC3. They will tell you you're young. We are even more furnished. We are even a better generation, a smarter generation. But they will tell you, bro, you're young. What makes you young? What made him old then to be able to take charge that I can't take charge now, And we know how to do some things, bro. We know how to do things. And then we see people in government, in jobs that we should be taking up, doing rubbish. Yet we are here. We could be serving our nation better. There is so many brothers, there is so many sisters of ours out there. They have studied, their parents have invested a lot of money in educating them. They've been furnished. They are there ready with the skills, ready with the knowledge, and they are not getting jobs simply because the jobs are being taken by who knows who, regardless of whether you have the skill or not. And that's how we end up with poor services.
Question. You hinted on your ex
platform. Invoice.
Watuganda. Wasoka rogama nti omuntu alabule Chris Obore. Please move, shift if you can.
And then people said I was lying.
Tibigenda kutuka Gyatwaala bye Chris Obore being arrested with his fellow co-accused. Notugamba nti waliwo nalumanzi tonkabira.
Owe Masaka.
Chigenda kutuka owe Masaka.
Owe Masaka taxini max. Bajira taxini max nyokamas. You know that ka sound? I'm sorry for that word. You know that ka sound? Aka peng peng.
Taxi Maxado, yeah.
Mbajita taxini Maxado. Nayongera ke bigambe ebi birawe.
Yeah. Tonyongera ko. Comment section.
You know, it is quite unfortunate that we talk about these things and we smile about it. Sometimes we laugh about it, but it's very unfortunate. You know, we should be in a country where no one is even being talked about for corruption. We should be in a country where if you present yourself as a leader, then we should see you do things that are expected of a leader. You're a leader. You've been voted by people. and they've trusted you for a long time. You've been trying to get where you've been trying to get and failed. People have pulled you up. You go to that office and you start stealing money, bro. Oh, why? Honorable Mpuga, togera kugwe.
Yampandikira koyo.
Let him write to me. He can even come to me. He has my contact. That guy was actually a guy, you know?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
we looked
there
up
are
to
things that I cannot run away from. Toja kungamanti Honorable Mpuga simanyi mumanyi. Mumanyi yali mukwano gwafe yali nga tata wafe nga tumusomerako. But what happened? Bro, what happened? And you had chance. He had chance. Honorable Mpuga was approached when we got to know that this money was stolen. We told him, look, we know about this. Can you come out and be the first to
denounce,
speak about it? You know, can you be the first to denounce that this money was got in wrong ways, and you know they are proceeds of corruption, and you cannot let it be spent through you? Can you please come out? He said, okay, I'm going to come out. The next day, next morning, he's issuing statements and calling my president names. You wake up and call Bobi names. Now you know who the king is, you know.
It was
and at the end of the day, we are having the last laugh. But we are not looking for last laughs. We are not looking for anything. We are looking for a better country for all of us. The Honorable Mpuga, if he goes to the fuel station lately, fuel has gone high in Uganda. Why Modercai nanjo chayo waleli amafta? Negeyongedeyo kubeye. Fuel has gone high in Uganda.
Yeah. He was.
But bottom line, you realize that when Honorable Mpuga goes to say the fuel station, they will charge him the same. You know, he will buy fuel, say at 6,500 Uganda shillings. Nange geto you to mvuze kazugu kange kaboda kange, and I go to the fuel station. I'll buy fuel at the same price. The difference is that he will be able to afford the fuel. I will not be able to afford the fuel. And we are in the same community. But now me who cannot afford the fuel, when I stand up to speak about things, abobakuwa, dachikabiri mpingo zikulide, dachikabiri bakuise ku TV, rwacho China dread. No urako balisa.
Awali se can nyongera kusoma message yeno. 256 Gambia, let's push Tab's voice and account for more guys. Hey guys, please make sure that you do follow. We have almost 500,000 followers.
Yeah, that's my only account, bro. That's my only TikTok account.
Right now. If you follow me, follow him. I tell you, because this is his only TikTok account. We have him in person. So
I'm actually working on getting it verified very soon. I think I should have it verified by the end of next week.
Oh yeah. So please make sure.
I don't use Facebook. I don't really use Facebook because it requires me to add VPN, and I don't give third party access to my gadgets. But I use TikTok. This is my only TikTok account, and X. My X is known. That's it.
Yeah. So people,
maybe just to say this also, Modercai.
Yeah.
I think people that were saying that Anita Mong is not under arrest and all that. Bamleteko waneno mugete kama ocha tunywemuko kuchita. Tunywemuko kachai munange tonkwata bubi.
Nechikomando. Twategendeko ndabiye kwa bagamba nti accounts ziri frozen.
Yeah, there is accounts that are frozen, but of course there are accounts that are not frozen because they've not been the government is not aware, the state is not aware of those accounts. You know, Modercai, this is exactly what I was telling you.
Wow.
These people despise our efforts because, say, we're in opposition. I'll give you an example. Our sister Agatha and her colleagues at Agora were putting up information from way back. These are very good leads for a substantial investigative agency. If I am head of CID, if I'm head of whatever investigative agency in Uganda, and these young girls, these young youth, these young people are putting up such critical information about an agency that is about an arm of government that is of public interest, that spends billions of taxpayers' money, then fine. First, you're free to disregard it, but do a background check. Are these people putting out the right information? Why would you wait until the the country is turning to turmoil, and there's all the resources are depleted, all the coffers are dried up, and then you wait for that time, really?
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
if the government is very serious with fighting against corruption, they should try to follow all leads. Some accounts are running. As a matter of fact, there's accounts that are known to activists that are not touched, and transactions are going around on those accounts in millions of Ugandan shillings and hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know.
But Tabz, many Ugandans were left wondering when they said
Yeah.
when they raided all these homes and they couldn't find a single coin in all these homes. Where was
Think
she
about
getting
it.
this money?
Think about it, Mordecai. Think
Yeah.
about it, my brother. You tell me you've raided the home of the Speaker of Parliament, of the person of Anita Mong that we all know that has been moving around in dresses of 10,000 USD, 8,000 USD, wearing watches of 100,000 USD, and you're telling me in her house there's only 402,000 Uganda shillings? Bro.
Yes. Who are you fooling?
Munange olusi batulabanga abafara ne nabo katubabuuse bananga abali mu government newe mba musazeewo okubba sente zaffe muzikweke n'amagezi okwekootya n'okweka n'olekayo emitwalo ana ewaka. At least if she had left like 20 million, people would think that is genuine. But 402,000? And also, of course, Modercai, when I tweeted that it was 402,000 that was found in the house, they first dismissed it. Mitwalo ana mu enkumi bbiri eza Uganda siza wa. Singa emitwalo ana gy'ogenda okunsindikira Modercai.
Kadena bwe babanga wele tweyogera tugenda kulaba tunalaba Anita Mongo ngali handcuffs.
Because she's VIP, you might not see handcuffs, just like we didn't see the people that were arrested yesterday on handcuffs. But bottom line, they end up in jail. Anita Mong is most definitely going to jail.
Wow. Wow. That would be, I don't know. Jeez. But before I let you go, you might be busy. What do you think about Kuchokubanti? They do not learn that the feature of Museveni's politics is use and discard, especially when you reach, the stage of your usefulness. You outlive your usefulness. Why don't people learn? Now I'm seeing Kabanda who said is nakulabyengo ngachomukola nenga kabana gagamba mbuye Muhoozi. He's not a user. What's wrong with our people?
Bro, you know what corrupts man? Power. And what?
Money.
You answered. These people get close to power, just close. They be seeing it at a distance, so they think they can touch it. And then they also start feeling its ripple effect. They feel the resemblance of being in charge, being in power, and they feel they are in charge. Yet they're actually not in charge. There's only one guy in charge, and his brothers and son. So they feel they are close to power, and they think they have power. Then they have some money to their dispensation, and bro, that's how they end up not learning. Every other day you will see them being jailed. Another time you see them return to government and stealing again. I mean, one would think someone like Jim Muhoozi would never be back to government and steal taxpayers' money. After his incident with Captain Mike Mukula. But that's what they're doing.
I
They have
understand
no shame. They
your.
have no shame. They have nothing else left to lose.
That's so sad. Look, your abduction was, to silence you, to threaten you, and stuff like that. What do you think was
Never happened.
the intention behind the abduction of Mama Miriam Matembe?
They wanted to prove a point. She was on an interview. She said things, and they were.
We've lost him. Can you hear him? I can't hear him. Let me know. We can't hear you, Tabz, at this moment. Oh, yeah, he just left. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's Tabz. Probably he might come back. Let's see. but having a conversation, please, if you want to do that, go on and follow him. He's such an amazing guy, freedom fighter, and the epitome of courage. Look, I'm courageous and I'm able to be as this bombastic as I sound because I'm out of Uganda. I know for sure if I was in Uganda, so I was in Uganda and I couldn't use my platform because I would be abducted, tortured, and probably killed. So if you have those people, those are the faces of courage. I've had people who say, Modercai, Katuwafuka, foot soldier, and I'm like, oh gosh, how I wish I am like Olivia Lutaya. How I wish I am like Yasin Sechitoleko and the rest of other folks. Because to me, that's not derogatory. That's not an insult. That's me. I'm like, oh, how I wish I had just a drop of Olivia Lutaya's courage. It's not an insult to me, but people use it as, oh, Modercai Katuwafu. Yeah, I am that. And I really, really wear that badge of honor. See? You see my reading space there? That small jacket is a people power jacket, Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm watching you both on TikTok and YouTube. Yes, I just posted a video. Please, if you want to go on and watch it, the Anita Mongo's bank accounts are frozen, and then she has blood clot. She has high blood pressure and diabetes, and at the same time, she's still placed under house arrest. The video is already there now. TESO parliamentary members of parliament caucus or TESO parliamentarians have actually paid a courtesy visit to Anita Among, and they're pleading with Museveni to have mercy and extend her kindness towards Anita Among. It is utter stupidity because Museveni arrested Anita Among to break her spirit, break her soul, to torture her psychologically, mentally, emotionally, name it. And they're saying, Museveni, see what is happening to Anita Among? That's exactly what he wanted. So for you to be like, oh, see, now she's emotionally or psychologically broken. Exactly, that's what he was intending to achieve when he arrested or abducted or placed her under house arrest. What are you even talking about? And then the hypocrisy and double standards of these people showing some sort of outrage, which is selective. When Anita Among was ignoring the rule of law, bullying people into silence, acting arrogantly and stealing from national coffers, none of them was concerned, not even an iota of concern. But now that their own is actually in this bad situation, be like, oh, please, Museveni, she's not doing okay. I don't care whether she's doing okay or not. I don't care. All I care about is, does she really care about the rule of law? That's it. That's it. But our people need to be told over and over and over and over again. So, ladies and gentlemen, the channel is running a live right now, or a video. If you want to go on and watch it, Modercai Muriisa is the channel. And lastly, again, I'm going to be adding a few people to the group of sponsors for Modercai Muriisa Live. If you want to sponsor the show, it's only 20,000 a month. I've had many of you go like, hey, Modercai, we appreciate what you do. I truly understand. So if you want to sponsor the show by paying 20,000 shillings a month, you can send me a message in my inbox and be, hey, Modercai, I want to join the sponsors team, and I will add you to the group. My inbox is open to anyone. Send me a message and let me know, hey, Modercai, I want to make sure that your show runs every day. I've learned from these United States of America that people sponsor what they want to see. They buy merchandise, they become channel members. But in Uganda, people go like, hey, not all of them, but hey, Modercai, I love you. Okay, I understand. Now, can you walk that talk? But hey, again, I say, if you want to be part, make sure that you do send me a message in my inbox. Say, hey, be like, hey, Modercai, I want to join the team, and I will add you. If you've watched my videos, at the end of each video, I usually display the names of the sponsors of the show. Okay, and if you want to be part of those people, please make sure that you send me a message, and I will be more than glad to have you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. I'm here enjoying a wonderful time. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, if I showed you, and I'm having fun. I was reading again more of Nicole Machiavelli's The Prince. and trying to understand the mind of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So stick around. I was planning on opening a new YouTube channel where I would be discussing some books I read, share insights. Is that a big deal, or would you be able to join me? Ava Stewie, Ava, how you doing, and what are you doing right now? Ava, how you doing? In Uganda it would be called Ava. Like there's a musician in Uganda called Ava Peace, but Ugandans call her Ava Peace. In the US you're called Ava. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unless you got a question, I've got to go. Do you have a question? Let me know. But I immensely appreciate, folks. We are almost hitting 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's incredible. We're almost hitting 500,000 people on TikTok. 500,000 people. That's incredible. And we're headed for the journey of 100,000 people on X platform. And Facebook, we're almost hitting 200,000 people. I cannot appreciate you enough for all these numbers. You make me proud. I immensely appreciate. Look, I'm not in any way special. I understand that I am a vessel that has been put here to provide this passage of all this information. It doesn't make me anything special, okay? We are here always, whatever you bring, our president of the Modercai Muriisa land. I know, right? Mugamba Mutiaba people, tell the president we said hi. I'll say hello to him. Amazing man, amazing man, Chagwen Sentamu Robert. Okay, unless you have a question, Uganda tumuita Eva, when I'm inviting Mr. President, one of these days, please stick around, make sure that you subscribe or you're following my social media platforms. You'll see an interview from me and the man himself, the president, Chagwen Sentamu Robert. Yeah, please do. It's pretty much become a tradition every time he comes to the US. The first was, I think, in Boston, then the other one was in Chicago. Oh no, the first one was in Chicago, then Boston, Massachusetts, and then it might be California, who knows. Okay, I subscribe on all your platforms, brother. Thank you so much, 2562. Okay, unless you have a question before I let you go, folks, want to sit it up Rawenyo. Insiga and Zico, how are you? Hi, good evening, Mr. Dancer. Hey, how you doing, Binta Bass? Are you good? Mwalawa Bass, Binta Bass. Who else is here? Santana Rain. That's a cool name, Santana. Nakai, how are you? And Ashley, I hope you're having a great time. Binta Bass, how are you? Insiga Edna. I want to come to America and call you Uganda, harmless reasons. Please come. And then Aslivia Cornelian says, play some music. I'm leaving, so I'm not going to be able to play music. Music is addictive. If I start, I won't stop. Okay, Hazamwana Muriisa Turakukunda. Thank you so much. Godwin, Josephine Wabobi. Hi, hello. Sufyan, I hope you're having a great time. And Josephine Wabobi. Thank you for liking the video. We have Mr. KR Media Team. Thank you so much. Hello. Josephine Wabobi, again, much respect. I would like to invite you to speak with my people in my chapter. NUP Western Canada chapter. When do you want to invite me? Please give me a ticket and I'll be in Canada, okay? Man, I wish I can meet you. I'm here in Loyal Brother. Oh, Sufyan, you are? Send me a message. I might be there one of these days. Send me a message and I might stop by your neighborhood. Okay, please, Modercai, help us to add your voice to the national economic shutdown we are heading. I don't know about that, but I will. Of course, for sure. Mutawi Usta. Oh, that's a new one. How are you doing, Mutawi? Usta. That's a new one. I've never heard of Usta. Okay. All right. I think I should let you go, folks. We had a wonderful time with Ninja Tabz. I'm going to try to look for him so that we can have an exclusive on the YouTube channel, Modercai Muriisa. Thanks for the great contribution to the struggle. Very amazing person you are. I appreciate Pursuant. And then AI Media says following. Shana Ondina says Webale Kulemerako. Absolutely. Henry says talk about Samson. How about Samson? What do you mean, Samson? NBS is celebrating 18 years of service. Send my greetings to our hero, President of the Republic of Uganda, Chagwen Sentamu Robert. Okay. Webale Kutusomesa. Thank you, Shilifa. Oh, okay. Shilifa. Tororo for NUP Kasumba ever attacking our president. No, I don't have to give it time. I don't have to give that issue time. Okay. Okay, guys, I am Modercai Muriisa, and I'm going to be Modercai throw some light on so-called veteran politicians like Odongo to criticizing opposition. You don't have to listen to them. Some of them are jealousy, and others are trying to remain relevant. So some of them you just have to ignore and amplify when they say something reasonable. When they're punching down, sometimes I come in to expose them, but sometimes I ignore. I usually want, give them platform without patching up or upward. Okay. Engeri wanjagaza yofuzo kakasa katobi matira yenjagalira ddala ogamba mwana wanjagaza kino awo mbyagalira ddala. Negoledde wano. Okay. Kamba sibule bannange ngenda kunywa ate ku kikopo kya kaawa. Gonna make some coffee. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I think I should show you. What about Richard Sebamala these days talking too much? I don't have time for that guy. He's nonsense. I've seen some of his comments. I ignore. Now people like Sebamala, he lacks the appeal and he lacks the charisma. If you're going to talk to people, two things you have to work on: your charisma and your appeal. How do you make people feel when you talk? That's the most important question. Sebamala is boring, he's mundane, I don't care. And a few other, there's so many other politicians who talking like, some people could be wrong, but you enjoy their charisma. If you guys, do you know this guy called Nick Fuentes here in the USA? He says a lot of stupid things, but when you listen to him, he's charismatic and knowledgeable about these subjects. But yet he says stupid stuff. But
naye ate n'ekyokubiri nze ndabanga Bruno yali aleeta